Never lost a handle. Like, when you talk about guys like skill-wise,
right.
He was one of the baddest guys like ever. He was like, yeah, I'm listening to everybody. He's like, why are you doing that? And he was like, to see somebody talking about it. He said, nobody talking about it. So I just want to make sure I know what's going on or whatever. But John Sy told a story that I was talking shit about Kobe. Right. I'm like, Kobe, I would never. He said, no, I didn't say that. It got cut in the snip. How they did.
James Harden is known for three things: the beard, drawing cheap fouls, and trade requests. That's the James Harden triple-double.
What if I told you the only coach who's worked with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James just flipped the entire NBA upside down with one wild statement? And on top of that, he's now blaming James Harden for wrecking what could have been the Clippers' championship run, while the whole world argues about LeBron versus Jordan. Ty Lue, a guy who's actually been in the locker room with all three legends, dropped a take that sent fans into chaos. He said, it should be Kobe, then LeBron, and then you can pick guys after that. It's just different worlds, different mentalities.
A lot of times people shy away from
they don't want it. Yeah, they don't want it. You know, and I've seen that. And so at 17, 18 years old, to have the mentality to take those shots and shoot the air balls. Like, the thing about Kobe, which is different, you know, is I've never heard him talk about money. Like how much money he made or how much money. It was always about he wanted to be the greatest. Like, I want to be the best.
And he wasn't done. The same coach who backed Kobe's greatness turned around and pointed straight at Harden for messing up the Clippers season. The way he said it had people like, yo, he's not holding back. Let's get into this Kobe bombshell that had Lakers fans celebrating and Jordan fans ready to fight. Ty Lue isn't some random dude talking hoops. He won titles with Kobe, watched Jordan grind in Washington, and coached LeBron to that legendary 2016 ring. And when he compared those three, he said the killer instinct, the preparation, the grind, Kobe had it on another level. Then he dropped the line that broke the internet. I don't know why Jordan's name is mentioned in the same conversation sometimes. Subscribe for more crazy NBA stories. Ty Lue shut it down fast, like I'll clear that up real quick, and suddenly the whole room froze. Did he really just hint that Kobe's grind was on a completely different level? The man who actually suited up with Jordan is basically saying Kobe's focus and discipline weren't just equal, they might have been superior. And think about that. This isn't a hyped-up Lakers fan talking wild on social media. This is someone who watched all three legends up close when the pressure was real. So when Ty Lue says Kobe's dedication matched LeBron and MJ, but then still puts Kobe on top, that's not nostalgia. That's real experience talking. But don't get it twisted. Lue has major respect for LeBron and even calls him a straight pioneer.
Harden was so good in this series. What do you talk tonight about?
Being human. We basically a lot of that back end. You know, we did shoot the ball well. They tried to get up the pressure a little bit, which we didn't handle that like we had in the first 4 games. And so he just, you know, he played bad. It's possible. So he didn't play well. You know, so I got to do a better job getting in better situations and then be ready for game 6, which I know he'll be done.
And the story he told about coaching Bron during that 2016 run is straight fire. He said at halftime he walked in, shut down the film session, and told Bron, you gotta be better, bro. Guard Draymond. Be aggressive. If you wanna win, it's on you. Then he stormed out and slammed the door. And what happened after that? LeBron turned into a machine. He came out blazing and took over the whole game. Lue knows exactly how to push Bron's buttons because their chemistry is real. But here's the wild part. Even with all that history, even with Lue praising LeBron as a game changer, he still puts Kobe at the top of his list. Subscribe so you don't miss the next twist. That alone shows how highly Ty Lue rates the Black Mamba's impact on the entire sport. Now let's get into the real mess, the situation that wiped out everything the Clippers tried to build. James Harden, and if you're a Clippers fan, brace yourself, because the numbers will make your stomach drop. This roster was supposed to chase a title. Kawhi healthy and locked in, Paul George giving elite two-way play, Russ taking a bench role like a pro, and then Harden was added to be the final piece. But instead of lifting the squad, Harden ended up sinking their whole season.
Damn. That's ridiculous right there.
Kawhi, so you mean tell me the whole game they just showed his stats? He only had 7 points.
7 points.
That's ridiculous.
2 for 8 from the field.
That's ridiculous.
They shouldn't have let them boys come back and win this series, man.
Well,
now I'm questioning Ty Lue.
Yeah.
He was up 3-1, right?
No,
they was up 2. He was the 2-2.
Ty Lue even admitted coaching the Clippers after the Harden trade became the toughest challenge of his entire career. Think about that. The guy who handled LeBron in the finals and managed wild personalities in Cleveland said Harden was his hardest situation ever, and the proof is all over the place. Right after the trade, they dropped 6 straight games. The team looked like a random mix of stars instead of a squad with chemistry. Harden wasn't even playing like himself, taking 6 or 7 shots a night and throwing off the rhythm that used to make the Clippers dangerous. And even when Lue adjusted, moving Westbrook to the bench so Harden could handle the ball more, the problems didn't go away. The whole offense became dependent on Harden's playmaking, and whenever he struggled, the entire team crumbled. That's wild. And now we got to bring up Paul George, because this dude represents everything the Clippers should have been.
You got to be better, bro. It's like, what you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats. You got to be, what you want me to do, Ty Lue? Guard Draymond, be aggressive, shoot the ball, stop turning the ball over. Anything else? He's like, man, I said, man, we need you to be better if you want to win. It's on you.
Paul George wasn't just filling the stat sheet. He was the backbone of their whole defense. His effort let everyone else shine, and he always did whatever the team needed. Guard the other team's star? Done. Space the floor? No problem. Hit clutch shots? He showed up every time. But here's the sad part. All that sacrifice from PG got wiped out because Harden couldn't mesh with a team-first system.
I haven't thought about the offseason. To be honest, I thought about OKC. That's what I was thinking. But it didn't work out that way. And so, I don't know. It's frustrating losing. But I'm not frustrated with the guys in the locker room, if that makes sense. Just a loss alone just, makes me mad. But I'm very, like I said, very happy for what those guys brought all year long. And, next year we'll see.
While George was giving up numbers for wins, Harden wanted the whole offense centered on him, throwing off everything that made the Clippers dangerous. And then you've got Russell Westbrook, a former MVP, showing what real sacrifice looks like. This man came off the bench in the playoffs for the first time in his career. A 9-time All-Star who used to average triple-doubles, willingly taking a smaller role because he actually cared about the team's success. He averaged just 11.2 points, but his defense was sharper, his mindset was cleaner, and he brought pure energy off the bench whenever they needed it. Leadership? He showed it. Tough plays? He made them without asking for props. Meanwhile, the contrast with Harden was brutal. Westbrook was shrinking his ego, while Harden wanted the system built around his.
Great one-on-one player, man, I don't know why I can't beat this dude. A year or two went by and Kobe became Kobe. He's like, oh, I see why you
Westbrook adjusted and took criticism like a pro, while Harden kept pointing fingers and dodging responsibility. Russell Westbrook even shut down the drama talk and said he liked taking on new roles and making sacrifices because it could make the team better. That's real champion behavior. That's the mindset Kobe had. That's how LeBron operates. But Harden, he wanted the whole system rebuilt just for him. And here's the part that hurts the most. The Clippers actually had a real championship window, and Harden's arrival tore it apart from the inside out. Look at what they had before he showed up. Kawhi healthy and hooping like a superstar. Paul George locking down both ends. Westbrook killing it in a perfect bench role. A squad full of players who understood their jobs. It was the perfect mix of star power and role player discipline.
Harden's a Clipper now. So what's your view of LA as a rival in the Western Conference?
When you put those names on paper, they'll be as good as any names you can put together. You're talking 4 first ballot Hall of Famers, 2 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP, a perennial All-Star. You can't put much else better on paper. They're also getting older, just like us. I think all of those guys are probably in year 14 or 15 or above. Kawhi's Clay year, so it's 13. And so health will be important as well. And even around those guys, they still got Zubac, they still got Norman Powell, still got Bones Highland.
PJ Tucker in on that deal too with Harden.
And then they also have an incredible coach in Ty Lue. So they'll be a force to be reckoned with. You hope to get to the end and see everybody healthy and may the best man win. But they'll be a tough team.
But the moment Harden walked in, all that chemistry vanished. The offense shifted to running through him. Guys were standing still, waiting for Harden to dribble the air out the ball, and their sharp ball movement disappeared. Even the defensive effort, their identity, got watered down by Harden's slow-paced, ISO-heavy style. And yeah, Harden put up decent numbers, 21.7 points and 8.4 assists. But the team got worse. Their shooting slipped to 34%. Their ball movement tanked. And the defense that used to scare teams straight up vanished. Then came the playoffs and everything fell apart. In a first-round matchup, they were supposed to win against Denver. The Clippers collapsed in the biggest way possible.
You know, you only get one of these things called life. And, you know, when I got good games, they praise you. When you have bad games, they talk about you. That's their job. You know what I mean? So I don't go out there and expect or trying to miss the shots or trying to turn the ball over. You know what I mean? But when shit going good, it's, oh my God, he looks like vintage.
Game 7 against Denver showed the whole world exactly how bad things got. When the Clippers needed Harden to show up in the biggest moment, he vanished. Kawhi was out there fighting through injuries, trying to drag the team forward, while Harden was bricking key shots and coughing up turnovers that killed their momentum. In the playoffs, teams need their stars to hit those clutch, momentum-shifting buckets. Harden didn't deliver. The guy they brought in to be the missing piece turned into their biggest weakness when the lights got bright. Critics were on him heavy after the series. They pointed out he had every chance to show he was championship material, but instead proved why he struggled to reach the top, despite playing alongside legendary talent throughout his career. And the saddest part? Ty Lue, one of the smartest coaches in the league, had his entire skill set wasted trying to make Harden fit. This is the same coach who got LeBron to buy into team defense, kept huge personalities balanced in Cleveland, and led the Clippers to their first conference finals ever. But even he couldn't crack the Harden puzzle. When a championship-level coach says dealing with one player was his toughest challenge ever, that's not a coaching issue. That's a player issue. The toughest part to watch is Ty Lue trying to defend Harden in public while clearly fighting frustration behind the scenes. Every time he talks about Harden carrying a heavy load, you can hear he's holding back how he really feels. And this shows the real gap between champions and pretenders. Kobe gave everything for rings. LeBron makes his whole squad better. Westbrook dropped his ego for the team. But Harden? He wants the entire system built around him no matter what's happening on the scoreboard.
Better than the guys back in the day? Oh, no question at all.
Right.
Like, no question. I mean, to win 5 championships, like I said, to win 2, you know what I'm saying, without Shaq, we thought would never happen. And to do all the things he did, like, come on, man, like, no.
Ty Lue knows exactly what real championship commitment looks like. When he praises Kobe or calls LeBron a pioneer, he's talking from experience with players who actually elevate their teams. Here's the part nobody wants to admit. Harden didn't just hurt the Clippers, he broke them from the inside out. When a championship coach calls managing one player his toughest challenge ever, that's not praise. That's a warning. They went from title contenders to a first-round exit the moment Harden arrived. Paul George's efficiency dipped. Westbrook's minutes got cut even though he was playing well. The whole system shifted just to fit Harden's style. And for what? A quick playoff exit and a championship window that might not open again. And when Lue puts Kobe first and calls LeBron a pioneer, he's really pointing out the real difference. Some players lift everybody around them, and others expect everyone else to adjust for them. The James Harden experiment turned into a disaster from the jump, and fans need to understand why. It wasn't a talent issue. Harden's got skills. It wasn't even about effort. He played big minutes and filled the stat sheet. The real problem was culture and sacrifice, because individual numbers don't mean anything if they don't help the squad win.
Harden is known for 3 things: the beard, drawing cheap fouls, and trade requests. That's the James Harden triple-double. James Harden's game to me always felt a little like a tax loophole. No, seriously. He caught the IRS/NBA off guard. Right? Nobody saw it coming, the step-back move. Nobody was quite sure it was legal. And then the NBA/IRS mostly eliminated the loophole, and it was never the same.
Ty Lue figured out fast that you can't build a championship team around someone who won't buy into the bigger picture. He's worked with real winners like Kobe and LeBron, so he knows exactly what that mindset looks like. The Clippers season didn't fall apart because of bad luck. It happened because they tried to fit a selfish style into a system built on teamwork. And the saddest part? This whole situation was avoidable. The warning signs were all over Harden's career, but the Clippers ignored them and paid the price. You can't chase a ring with someone who's never shown the mentality or selfless attitude that real championship teams are built on. So what do you think? Was Ty Lue right putting Kobe above Jordan and LeBron? And is Harden really the reason the Clippers' championship window slammed shut? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that subscribe button for more NBA drama.